Chronicle video. I'm your boy Swizzy. Appreciate you coming back. As you're seeing outside, we got a ton of snow out here. I'm just laying down because I need a break. It's too much right now for me to be doing that kind of shoveling because it's too cold. It's just too cold. Oh, God. I was not expecting this when I came up here. I'm sorry. Be honest. Just be honest. I thought I'd come up here, have a nice Christmas with my daughter and them, sit back, chill, they treat me well, you know. Dad's in town, we go out, we enjoy ourselves, and all this snow comes in the hand me a shovel and a big coat. So, in case you didn't hear that, I did get my nails done, but only to have to get out there and show and snuggle and shovel. I said snuggle, shovel some snow. So, still in the holiday spirit though. But then sadly, we got the news, right? The big hack. Did you guys hear about the big hack? Trust wallet. This is why I say don't trust these exchanges. But it wasn't an exchange this time. It was a hot wallet through a Google Chrome extension or Google Chrome um, something, something. I tell you, anytime you hooked up to any network through a hot wallet, you want a cold wallet. Cold means you're offline, right? Cold storage means under, off grid. You're off the radar. You're decentralized. Hot wallet, you're linked to the system. You're linked to the net. You're linked through a browser. You're linked to where they can, kind of put some kind of virus that steals your passwords. So I don't encourage you guys to do that. Stay off of exchanges. Stay off of hot wallets. Use cold storage. Now back to the cold weather. You know what I'm saying? They got more snow coming up here, bro. We got more snow coming. They said it's gonna be another couple of days. So they had a white, well, they just about had a white Christmas because the snow came the day after Christmas. So, you know, um, very unexpected. But the neighbor was kind enough to come over with his snowplow, and he helped us. He pushed some of the snow. So the thing is, right now, trying to make sure that it's all pushed out of the way. So when the next storm hits, you don't have, you got somewhere to push that to. You know what I'm saying? You got to clear it all out and get it out the way. But, I went out last night and I had a good time with a couple of my friends from, back in high school days. They did kind of have a little bit more going on between themselves because they still live here in the city. And I don't be knowing what's going on sometimes. I don't. I traveled up here. I didn't know that it was gonna snow. I didn't travel up here expecting at all to be in this type of weather. And then when I got with my buddies from back up here, I didn't expect that they were gonna get into it the way they did last night because they got workplace issues. They work together, and I'm like, yo, long before you guys even worked it together, y'all know each other, so shouldn't be that serious. But shout out to them, man. Hold on to the friendships that you have, man. But it's like I guess they're like, well, I only came out because you was here. I really don't rock with them like that. I rock with them like that. Can we all just get along, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, can you come over, like the neighbor? Come on over and help me shovel out my driveway or my daughter and them they driveway. You know, just help out the next man. You know, so she's talking about we going up to New York or whatever. And that's what they planning to do. I just want to sleep. See, this is the sleep weather. This is where you tuck in for the winter. You know, You gotta kind of be built for what's outside right now. You're not built for that. Stay in the house, you know. But load up on the sand and salt. You know what I'm saying? Load up on your, if you burn, if you got fireplace, you gotta have make sure they should have been stacked up. They got their firewood. My daughter, they got their firewood. You know, it's kind of split a little bit. So I really enjoy myself though. I'm not gonna front. I just think I need to get a little bit. I didn't get into like 2 a.m. It took a time. What normally would be a 20-minute, 25-minute ride, you can imagine that is intensified. The highways were bad. People really don't know how to drive like that in this weather. So it took me a little longer to get back here last night. When I pulled in about, I don't know. Then I looked and see my daughter bumper. I done messed the bumper on one of her cars up. It wasn't really bad, but I guess that will happen with the snow and stuff. So we're gonna try and make sure we get that fixed for her too. But with more snow coming, man, you're gonna only you could look forward to there being even some more. Um, your bumper might come off again. The front bumper on her car. That's why I didn't want to take her car because I just knew with the weather being the way it was that it probably wouldn't be a good idea for me to take that one because if anything happened, like that's a new car. I'm not gonna. If anything, she could drive her own new car out there in the snow. I'm not gonna do it, you know. But I really had a good time last night, man. And so till the New Year's and stuff like that about to come in. Is the weather gonna be something that I'm gonna be able to get out? We'll be able to get out and go somewhere and stuff. But I don't know if we're gonna get snowed in. I almost ended up having to stay last night over, where I was at with my buddies and my homies from way back. They were glad to see me, but I didn't really expect the tone to be the way it was. I didn't know that they had the kind of tension between one another. These are things that you don't see coming. You come in. So that's why I don't really like going places with big crowds of people and big. We go out. We were going to go shoot some pool. I'll tell you, we were headed to go shoot some pool, and my boy that suggested, yeah, let's go shoot some pool, turns around and like really don't want to go. I'm like, why would you suggest that? And you don't really even want to go. Like, and then it was just like snow everywhere. I had to clean the car off when we left to go. And then I was like, as soon as we got in the car, I was like, yo, this ain't a good idea, man. This looked too bad. And I'm thinking like, I'm not, first of all, this isn't my car. Second of all, the liability that can, wind up falling in my daughter's lap behind these people being in the car. And if somebody accidentally hits this car, everybody gonna want to go to the hospital. Oh, my neck, my back. Oh, Lord. You know what I'm saying? All of my daughter's insurance. so I was like, yo, this ain't no good idea. The weather bad, man. We don't need to be doing this. So, and then it's just the night was cool, but it kind of took a funny turn. Well, of course, all the snow that kept coming down, I'm looking at it a little differently too. Like I'm trying to be safe out here. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to slip and fall. I don't want to be in no fender benders. Anything can happen. You know, and sometimes people be looking for stuff to happen. They want to get into that little that little slide and collide. And oh Lord, lost. It's got the lawyer on speed dial. Oh, he hit my car. He slid into me and blah blah blah. Man, look, I'm not trying to hear it. I ain't trying to hear it. But you got to be careful in this type of weather. A lot of people cannot drive in this type of weather, and they know they holding up traffic, riding down the road 2 miles an hour with the flashing lights on, and ain't nobody out there. I guess. Well, she's got front wheel drive on this car, so the front wheel drive is phenomenal in the snow. In case you don't know, only thing better than having a 4-wheel drive in the snow is having front wheel drive, and that you won't be fishtailing and doing all that. You know, your front wheels are gonna pull you in the direction that you want that car to go in, because you know you steer and it pulls you. So I got experience driving in this stuff, so you know me. But it's still one of those things you got to be safe out here. So that's what I'm gonna tell you. Next, I got to get up to the hospital to go see my. Well, no, actually, I found out that my boy, his mother, she was released from the hospital. She was up in the cancer unit, and so I was on my way to go. I'm trying to make my way up there to see them because they're very close to where my daughter lives at, by the hospital in Yale, at the Yale Hospital. But she's got released. They were released. They released her, so that's a good thing. Other than that, I'm just trying to relax. I don't want to pull any muscles shoveling snow because we still got to clean up the plow. Neighbor claimed it with his plow. He did a great big help, and shout out to him. But we still got to do some cleaning up now. You know, clean it up a little bit, the areas that he couldn't hit, and make sure we put some sand and some salt down. And then we got to make sure that um, everything is cleared away because it's going to start snowing again tonight. I don't know how many inches it's going to come. I think we got roughly about 8 inches right now, and that's a lot. That's a lot more than we get in North Carolina. Way more than that. Down there, you might get 2 inches and everybody freaking out. Well, welcome to this. This. Uh, this would be a blizzard to them. So welcome to that. To the big boys and stuff. They got that. I seen a bunch of guys out there last night. You know, the plow guys and stuff. I seen. Um, I know they was out around the clock, which they should be because they got to work to get everything cleared away, so people can get out in the morning. So it's all through the night. You know, I used to do it. I know what it's like. I don't miss it. I miss the money. I don't miss the 12 and 14, 16 straight hours of being out there freezing your body, freezing your your cojones off, trying to make some money in the snow. So never was really a big, you know. Uh, I liked it. I made them. I did it. I did it heavy duty. I just you get stiff. You get sick. You get your neck tenses up. You got arthritis. The cold ain't good for your arthritis. You get the itis, and then what? Now what? Right? You gotta go somewhere and relax and lay back and chill, have some coffee or some tea. You know, most of the guys will hit the diner up and be at the diner most of the, in the middle of the night, all night or something, trying to warm up before you get back out there and hit it. So, but if you got snow where you are, hey, hit the like button for me, please. You guys check this out. That's how bad it is out here. So I'm definitely. I did a little shoveling. I did what I could because I gotta help out. I'm here. Like I said, they handed me a big coat and a shovel when I first came the big coat. I should have knew that was a setup. Day later, they hand me a shovel. Said, come on, we gotta get out here, Pop. Uh, You know, Christmas is over now. We got to put you to work. Look, I had a good time. Now I got to get up. It kept me charged up with coffee and good energy and food and everything, only to put me to work. And that's the thing I'm talking about. They can't keep doing this to me. Setting me up. Setting me right up. Somebody else is out here in the back. We had a ton of snow. Look at all the snow on these cars. I don't know what that is. Somebody else pulled up. Somebody else. Big snow piles. We trying to put it all over there. This is like. So. Hey, puppy. Nope. She started wagging her tail too much. I'm not taking you outside. I'm not playing in the snow. I'll show you out the front door. Let me show you the front door, guys. Plenty of snow out here, so you should come out this foot. Oh man, I don't want to open it. Okay, walkway's good out the front. You know, it's too cold to be. It's just too cold. It's too cold. So I just will be. That's why I said I'm gonna lay down and get some rest and chill. I'm not gonna, I ain't gonna be doing too much today. After we clear that away, I don't know what my daughter got planned, but I'm gonna tell her, sweetie, I think I'm gonna just chill out right here on the couch, watch a movie, make some videos, eat some hot chocolate. Drink some hot chocolate. Anything I can, kind of do just to kind of just relax and enjoy myself. I don't want to hurt myself. I don't want to strain on any muscles. I don't want to do that. I'm not. I'm like, I'm, I'm in shape. I'm in pretty good shape. But I'm not trying to hurt myself messing with this snow. And if you got to get out there and clean off your cars and do all of that stuff, y'all be careful. Be careful. Trust me. You know. And when I think we're gonna hit the movies or something up. We're gonna hit the movies up. We was in the mall the other day, jam packed. Yesterday actually. That was yesterday. And no sooner than we left that mall, she had to go get her. She had a nail appointment to get her nails done, and then I got mine done too. She said, "Well, you might as well get yours." So they did mine. She paid for it. And as soon as we got back to the house, I took her car and I started to head over to go hang out with a couple of my you know some old heads that I know, right? And it just started coming down like it was. I said, man, I just left. I drove by the nail salon where I got my nails. I was like, dang, there's the place right there. Look at all that snow. I couldn't even jump on the highway because the highway was a parking lot. I said, oh, people don't know already. So they must have did not pre-treat the roads. And so that's why it was pretty slippery. Then I was going to go see my sister, who lives right next to a friend of mine where I was going. She lives like a next street or two over. So I was there. I called her. I said, "Hey, I'm just one street over. I'm gonna, come by and see you." You know. By the time I looked outside, and that's when they were talking about let's go shoot some pool. And I was telling them this don't look like a good idea. And my sister's two streets over. I really don't want to have to try to get. I want to try to make my way back to my daughter's crib and give her car back and get out of here if I get stranded. You know. And but the night went pretty good. It was either way. It was all right. It was cool. Nobody got into nothing. Worst thing that happened was her bumper, because the snowbanks and stuff when they plowing. I guess I had to cut into it, and that kind of bent the bumper up a little. I guess she already had a little issue with that bumper going on anyway. So you know, um, so I'm gonna put this in the Q&A for you guys. I'm gonna do a question and answer, and I'm gonna keep it live open for more people to come in here, and then y'all let me know what you think about the questions and answers. I don't even know how to do it. I'm trying to. I mean, shout out to my boy Chef, man. I was with my boy Chef last night. All of them, Ty, my boy Ty, my boy Chef, my brother, man, and big Chef Shaquan Shabazz. That's my brother. And I couldn't get over on another side of town to see my other homie. Man. He lived on the other side of town. It was just too bad. They got to clear these roads, man. I actually would feel like this. Y'all stay in the house till the roads get clear. Once the roads get clear, hopefully, and that's the thing. If they clear them roads and then New Year's Eve roll out, and then everybody goes out for New Year's, but then it starts snowing again, because they said it got 2 more days of snow. You getting snowed in out here, man. I just want to make sure return flight, you know what I'm saying? And those airports, they pretty much gonna take them. They gonna clear them roads up. I already know. They gonna have that right. And when I get back home, it shouldn't. Hopefully, there's nothing down there, because I don't want to travel. I don't like traveling in the wintertime. Well, if I'm traveling somewhere where the weather's good, this is one thing. But coming in and they got snow forecasts, flight delays, and all of that crazy nonsense going on, and you be at the airport. Next thing you know, they want to put you on another flight. You know, reroute you. You got delays, and you know, then they say, "Oh, it's just canceled. We're gonna put you in a hotel." I got to get back to go to work at some point. If I'm stranded out here, there's nothing I could do. They're not gonna hold that against me. But I just don't want to wind up getting stranded out here, due to like heavy snowstorms and major flight cancellations. But even if my flight does get canceled, they got to reimburse me, so I'm not worried about it. I'm not gonna pay no arm and a leg to fly back. They're gonna make sure they're gonna accommodate me and get me another flight. So make sure I got flight insurance. They said, "What's your flight insurance called?" My daughter. she, you paid to get me up here. You gonna get me back home? Word up. Make sure I get back. But aside from anyway, she's making breakfast right now. I appreciate it. I'm glad it did come up here, even though we got snowed in. I'm glad it did come up here, man. Because I didn't want to be sitting at home. I wouldn't have really been doing anything. Probably going out with the dog for a walk. I ain't got no work going on. It's the weather. We off for a couple of weeks until after the New Year's, so it wouldn't have been really much. I had no other plans for the holidays down there. So this was my holiday plans. So we good. You're almost done cooking. Yep, I'm just getting the table ready. Nice. Mm. I think we should go to the outlets today. Man, we should let them finish those roads. Make sure those roads are those main roads. No, we need to go to Home Depot so we can get that. What you call 'em, we gotta get. Where is Manny? He has a haircut. Oh, he got a client. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get my son-in-law an axe, because he needs to learn how to split firewood. So I'm gonna show him. I'm gonna get him a nice axe, and I'm gonna show him how to split the firewood because you got some out there. They got little, but he not, he need to split them down a little more. So I'm gonna get him a nice axe. That's his Christmas present. I gave him a gift card, but I was like, yeah, let me get him. That's why I said, gotta get him an axe. Especially since the snow came, I'm like, we was trying to light a fire the other day, and the wood is split, but it's not split down enough. So I'm gonna show him how to split it down, really, into like quarter pieces, split it down some more, and make sure he got the right tools. You know, I'm gonna get him a nice axe, and that gets you through the winter, right? Help you get through the winter. That heat, stay warm. 'Cause I love burning firewood. We used to always burn wood. So hopefully they're open. Home Depot or something is open today. I could run there and grab them a nice axe. But yeah, man. Hey, you guys, I appreciate you guys coming in. If you wouldn't mind, leave a comment. I'm trying to put up a question and answer. If you got snow, if you had a white Christmas, if you celebrate in the holiday season and it snowed where you are, but was it something that you was excited about, or is it something that you just don't want to see? Now I know I was saying like, look, I don't care for the holidays too much like that. Let's get past all of this stuff. But there's nothing like snow around this time of the year. It's a moneymaker. Yeah, you could look at it that way. I look at it like that. Two, it kind of sets the tone for staying indoors. We got some 300 puzzles, like jigsaw puzzles, because I used to love doing jigsaw puzzles with my kids when they were growing up. So my daughter carrying that tradition. Let me show you what she got going on. Her and her hubby. Her and her hubby. So they carry that tradition, and I like that. I like that. This is my baby girl, dog. So they started working on it. They got some pieces that they already put together for the puzzle. And so I told her, I was like, yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's a good way to, what I'm saying, stay indoors, stay warm, and keep active, keep your mind going. Get off the phone, get off the computer, and do some stuff like that. And that's what they, it kind of grew up doing and stuff like that. I used to love doing them. I used to like doing them. That's the type of stuff I was into with the kids and the family. We do a jigsaw puzzle, play board games. Actually, at their family's thing, they had a bunch of board games and stuff that um, they had it out. I guess by the time we got there, they had already finished the little games, all of the games that they were playing, and it was time to eat once we got there. Which I wasn't complaining about that because they had to spread out. You know, I ate so much I couldn't even eat dessert, and I had to took some cookies with me. I had some homemade cookies they made. But during this time of year, it's all about how when you're staying in the house because it's too cold and you can't go nowhere. Um, you gotta do something to stay occupied. A lot of people, there's plenty of boozing going on and plenty of chiefing going on. Barbecues all over the place. People doing it, man. I get it. I think you in one of those states where it's legal and y'all can do that. I'm not knocking you, man. Do your thing. But it's you know, but they some people just gather together and people actually getting into it. Like last night, my man and his boy, he ready to get into it with him. I'm like, yo, I got to. And my other homie, you know, he stay with it on him because he's licensed everywhere we go. He got it on him. And I'm like, yo, I know y'all not going to sit up in here and get into it over nothing. But he's like that. He just talked my other homeboy. He always, he's, I said, man, can't we all just get along? I'm here, man. I came all the way up here so we could all get along. Now let's get along now. You know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna be no drama. I'm telling you now, you're walking home in the. It said they started laughing. Said, "Yeah, as soon as your hands get cold, now you want to apologize. He get back in the car." I'm like, "Get out! Don't bring that crap, man." But we had a good time. It was all good. It was all love, man. It was good to see my boys, man, that I grew up with. But anyway, man, I'm getting ready to have breakfast. My daughter's done making breakfast. She's prepared the table, getting everything ready. We're gonna sit down and talk and have a good time, plan the rest of our day. I'm gonna include you guys in it. All right, make sure I bring some content to you. So stay tuned for that. All right. I appreciate you for tuning in, like, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Leave a comment. Y'all be safe, stay warm. It's your boy Swizzy. Commercial trucking. We out here. Snow, sleet, rain, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Um, be safe. All right. Happy holidays. Come back and join me later in another live. I will appreciate it. And I look forward to each one of your comments. Let me know what's going on with you guys for the holidays, what your New Year's plans are, and what's the weather like where you at. You know what I'm saying? If you might be, trying to keep your balance because it's slippery outside, and be careful walking up and down and in and out of people's house too, because if they don't treat the ground and put sand and salt, man, don't go putting no table salt down. Don't do that. All right, go get you and get cat litter if they're worse. Right? Don't put table salt down. It's gonna mess up your concrete. Then you're gonna have to call me to come repair it. I'm gonna charge you an arm and a leg. Straight like that. I'm a mix, but there, concrete work and all of that. And I do snow plowing. I cut your trees down. I split your firewood. I got a lot of stuff going on, man.